Alright, we're going to start by deleting everything besides the basic cube. In edit mode, I'm going to scale the cube down till it looks like a box, because we are making a box after all. Once that is done, I'm going to add in a picture of a box like this, and I'm going to plug that into the principled shader. In the UV editor, I'm going to select the sides of the box, and I'm going to cube project them and then line them up with the corresponding points on the box. Once you're done with this side, we're going to do the bottom and just line it up on here, and then we're going to do the front and back and line it up on the front of the box. And then once that's all locked into place, we are going to unwrap the top and line it up so the tape matches, and when that looks pretty good, bevel the whole thing just a little bit to add some realism. Perfect. In the shader, I'm going to plug this texture into the specular map to add a little bit more realism. I think that looks good. So let's add in a plane and scale it up in edit mode, and I'm going to add a rigid body to the plane and change it to passive. I'm going to add a rigid body to the cube and change the shape to a box. If the rigid body doesn't quite match the cube, just set the geometry to the origin of the cube and that should fix the problem. Press play, it falls. You can press Alt-D to duplicate the cube as many times as you want. Awesome. You can do this tons of times and it's not very taxing on the system, which is great. At this point though, you may begin to notice that there might be some space between your cube and the ground. This can be fixed by selecting the ground plane and changing the margin here under sensitivity down so it's an even smaller number. Now if you try and play, the cube should look more like it's on the ground. And that looks pretty darn good. Before you render, make sure to bake your physics by going into the Scene Properties tab here, and under Rigid Body World, press Bake. Perfect.